All right, here we go. Our source. Now, our source, right, is the training manual 2000-25, and it's from the War Department, right? And it was issued in Washington, D.C. on November the 30th, 1928. Now, Rodney, um, okay, yes, you can see it. Never mind. I was going to ask if you could see the training manual number because that's important. I wanted to make sure that our
Yeah,
listeners
yeah,
can
I
see
can
it.
see. I just had to slide the screen over.
Okay. Now, this is a citizenship training manual, everyone. Citizenship training manual. So this training manual deals with citizenship, and it was issued by the War Department, right, in 1928. So it's important to know this. All right.
Now, the War
Now,
Department is that could be considered the Department of Defense in today's terms, correct?
correct. And matter of fact, we're going to prove that to everyone right now,
Yeah.
because again, here at the Power of Offense, we deal with facts. So let's show that. All right. As you can see, we're right here. We're in the archives of the Department of Defense. So you see, we're on the Department of Defense webpage. Now I'm gonna scroll down, and on this page, they talk about the Department of Defense, and we're going to take a look into the history, because this is going to prove what Rodney just said, that the War Department, right, was, or should I say the Department of Defense is it's the same thing as the War Department. So here it goes. It says the Army, Navy, and Marine Corps were established in 1775 in concurrence with the American Revolution. The War Department was established in 1789 and was the precursor to what is now the Department of Defense. So when you think about the War Department, think about the Department of Defense is the point.
The Pentagon.
The Pentagon. All right. Now, the reason why we have to go over this is because we have to prove to you all that the source that we're reading from is a legitimate source. All right. So it was issued by the War Department. Now, not only is the source a legitimate and credible source, but it is what is called an authoritative source. Now, we're going to give you a definition on authoritative source, because we want everyone to understand that the definition inside of this training manual, right? Training manual 2000-25 is based upon citizenship, is authoritative. All right. Now,
Meaning you can use it in court.
yes.
It's an authority that a judge will accept as proof,
Yes.
evidence.
Yep.
It's admissible in court.
Now, this definition is coming from uslegal.com. All right. Now, right here, it says authoritative sources. It says an authoritative source in the legal context is a body of law which takes precedence over others. An authoritative source is known to be reliable because its authority or authenticity is widely recognized. Now, of course, our source is, right? Why are we saying this? Because it was issued by the United States War Department, aka the Department of Defense. Now, it says all legal information comes from either primary or secondary sources. Primary sources articulate the law. Primary sources include the following: constitutions. So a constitution is always number one. Never forget that. All right, listeners. Now it says treaties and other binding international agreements, statutes as enacted, statutes as codified, agency regulations, court decisions, decisions by agency, adjudicative, adjudicative bodies, executive orders, presidential proclamations, and certain government orders, such as some military orders, including some verbal ones. Now, this is a military training manual. All right. So this is an authoritative source. It was issued by the War Department, aka the Department of Defense. Now, it goes on and it says court decisions, often referred to as case law, have their own hierarchy of most authoritative to least authoritative. It says within the federal system, case law from the United States Supreme Court is the most authoritative source of law on the issue. Next will be the case law from the Federal Circuit Court of Appeals, then decisions by federal district courts, And then in the state context, the decision of the Supreme Court of a particular state is the most authoritative source of law on a state law issue, followed by the state appellate courts and state district / circuit courts. Now it goes on and it says, while primary sources articulate the law, secondary sources analyze the law. It says, when writing a memo or a brief, you must rely on relevant primary sources. So we're relying on primary sources. And our primary source, again, is this training manual, TM 2000-25, that was issued by the United States War Department, aka the Department of Defense, in 1928. So you must rely on primary sources. All right. So we're dealing with a source issued by our government, right? We're not us defining democracy here on the Power of Offense. We're dealing with a primary source, a source issued by that government, right? Not a source, not a secondary source, which would be a dictionary. All right. Now it says, however, secondary sources are referred and no primary source. It says, however, secondary sources are referred if no primary sources exist or adding support to the secondary authority. And then it goes into a secondary authoritative source is one that has been written by an expert who's recognized in his or her field of expertise. And then it gives some examples, right? So again, a dictionary, a legal dictionary, any of that will be a secondary source. All right. So we had to lay this out so that you all understand that we're dealing with a primary source. Okay. Now,